Greetings, greetings, greetings to you all. I'm so happy to have you join us for this second day of challenge. You don't know your presence means a great deal to us. Your greetings, blessings, and favor to the Most High. Thank you, good Lord, for your being here and for each person who will join us, who has joined us, and we ask blessings on their households and their businesses in the blessed name of our risen King Jesus. We pray. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you.
So welcome everybody, and we're so excited today. We're in day 2. So over to you, Reginald.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of the Brightside Marketing Challenge. Today, we're going to talk about cybersecurity as it affects business. And you see on the next slide what we've got.
So we're in day 2, and we have a few more challenges left. The next one is tomorrow, which will be SEO and websites. So we'll show you how to drive traffic to your website.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I can talk about cybersecurity because I've been in the cybersecurity industry in recruitment capacity for over a year with DNA Diversity Executive Search. They're partnered with Sanford Rose, and they have a training partnership with Rochester. But tonight I want to talk to you about protecting your business in the cyberspace. It's important to do this because even though a small business may not have as much activity as a larger business, it is still susceptible to the same types of activities in terms of security threats. So just some basic topics of discussion is the way in which your small business may be vulnerable, how to create a culture of safety, how to protect your digital assets, and how to protect your physical assets. That's basically what we're going to talk about tonight. Okay, small businesses are just as vulnerable to thieves and hackers as large businesses. A lot of people may not think because they may have a smaller operating budget or whatever that they may not be, that thieves are not on the lookout or hackers are not on the lookout. That definitely is not the case. If it's online, you do have cyber criminals looking in every possible avenue. And November and December, a lot of shopping is going to be done online. A lot of business is going to be conducted online. A lot of transactions are going to be conducted online. So for consumers and business owners, they really need to be especially mindful during this time. Let's move on to the next slide, please. Okay, these are basically the ways we create a culture of safety, ways to protect your digital assets. You can secure your server, keep your emails clean. Here's the thing about it. Email is by far the easiest way for a system to get compromised. So be very careful when you get emails, when you're receiving emails, and when you're opening emails. A lot of times people will use emails to be able to try to get information off your computer, try to get your financial information, which that can be very detrimental for a business if they're trying to, especially if they're starting out or they're trying to grow, or even if they're well established. Your password protection is very important, whether it's a business or a consumer, because you don't want everyone to have access. You want to keep that close hold. Good antivirus software is very important because you definitely want to protect yourself against all type of things like phishing attacks, Trojans, malware, that type of thing. And that way we can keep everybody informed. If we can move on to the next slide, please. Okay, how to protect your physical assets. Location, location, location. Whether it's a physical business, location is important because guess what? You may have people who are there and they work with you. If your business is open to the public, that means other people are watching as well. So those valuable areas, definitely limit your employee access and definitely limit the access to the public to make sure that things of value do not get compromised. Use of security systems are important in your physical location, and most people know that, but especially in today's times, especially in the holiday season, I'm sure you've seen and heard in the news about thefts and shopliftings and all these type of things, and those are going to go up throughout this upcoming holiday season. You think, and another thing is your physical space. Take away the opportunity for someone to actually to steal anything. And so a lot of times a good way to figure this one out is out of sight, out of mind. Because if someone doesn't see it, unless they absolutely know it's there, it's going to take away the opportunity for someone to take something precious. Move to the next slide, please. Okay, well, this is today's challenge question. You're planning a holiday push. You already know your business will have an expanded online presence. What measures will you take to make your business safe? If it's a physical location, what would you do? If your business is primarily online, what would you do? If you use a combination of both, which measures would you take? And you would submit your responses to the web link that you see here. This is my portion of the challenge, and so I want to give it back to the host. These are my social media handles, by the way. So this is how I can be reached on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and also my YouTube channel. Feel free to visit anytime. I welcome anyone. Thank you so very much.
Okay, and tomorrow we'll start social media. Now I just put a quick slide to add to Reginald's slides. So by the industry reports, and AARP did a great job with this. These are the most common hacks. So you could get a text from a stranger and they would have a link and ask you to go on the link. So when you look at a link, you want to make sure that it's, saying .com or .co or .org. You have to use your common sense. If you see a very long link that looks very, very suspicious, do not click on it because of the reasons that Reginald just talked about. A second thing is you could get a suspicious message saying your Netflix account has been suspended or your bank account has been closed. Now, when you get a message like that, use your common sense. That is a hacker's message. So call Netflix to find out if it's true. Call your bank to find out if it's true. Do not just take a text message or a Facebook message, and just because they mentioned a big name company, do not go with that as that is true. The other one is you won a contest, you won money, you won a car. I'm going to deliver an Audi to you tomorrow. You can get a message like that. Like Publishers Warehouse is a very common thing. And so you have to, oops, my screen has, yeah, you have to be very careful when you get a message that sounds too good to be true. You got to question it. Watch out for fake emails, because again, if you get a link that you have, immediately, if you've subscribed by accident, unsubscribe, unfriend someone that you find that is a suspicious, or they're posting some crazy stuff on Facebook or Instagram. Suspicious friend requests, people you don't know, phone calls. You could even get a phone call. They could hack into your phone and get everyone on your phone list, and they could call all your friends as well. So somebody could call you. Do not give out your social security number or your security information. Banks will always ask you for the last 4 digits. They will never ask you for the full social security. If somebody's asking you for that, it's a scam. Virus alerts, you get these all the time, that you've been hacked, you've got a virus, your computer is about to close, this is a Microsoft warning. If you get messages like that, you definitely know that it is a hack. Now, phone numbers, you could get a phone message from me because they've hacked into my system, and now you'll say, oh, I know Elizabeth, she sent me a message. But it could be go to Western Union and deposit $500, or here's a link to a bank account, so I'm not going to ask you for something like that. And so you have to use your mindset. And even if it's a recognizable number, if it's a suspicious message, you should immediately call me or call the person who sent you the message and ask them did you send me such a message? And then, you'll know that that's a hack. So be very aware that this is, as Reginald said, this is the holiday season and the hackers are wild. So be careful. So that was just, Reginald, you had a question, comment?
I don't have a question, but I'm glad that you showed this with the fraud alert. And another one just came to mind. One thing that runs rampant are tax scams. Think about it. The IRS or the Department of Revenue for the state you live in, they're not going to call you typically, and they're not going to email you. Usually their correspondence is going to be in writing. So if you see something like that via email and it doesn't seem right, chances are good it isn't. But people have been privy to that and been put into a situation or been taken from money because they genuinely thought it was that agency when it wasn't. It was a criminal on the other end.
Yeah.
So I just thought I would mention that because people have been subjected to that.
Yeah.
Lottery scams is another one. I know a family member of mine got caught up in that, said that they had won a certain number of money, but then they had to pay so much to get this. And I'm just like, so when they told me about it, I'm asking them, okay, if you got to pay something to get a prize, that's not exactly going to be a prize. That's and that doesn't seem right. But the excitement is what people play on, and they'll use it to get what they want. And then once everything's done, that criminal's gone. Just something to be on the lookout for.
Absolutely. 100%. Okay.
Let me
Check your bank statements on a regular basis. If you see some money being withdrawn unexpectedly, call your bank immediately. It might be even a small amount, because think about it. Even if they stole $20 from 1 million customers, that's 20 million, and that could happen in a second. So be alert on everything that's going on with your bank accounts, with your with everything that you're doing. Just be alert. I've put a big notebook now where I write everything down, so that passwords, everything. So if I need to backtrack, I can find it. Yeah, go ahead, Reginald.
One thing I noticed is with Cash App, if you do not lock your card, it is very easy for a transaction to go through, and it doesn't take a lot. And I thought about what you mentioned. It could be as little as $1. But if that person has gotten 20 million people for that $1, that's a whole lot of money.
Yep, that's a whole lot of money. That's right. Elton, you were saying something?
Yeah, I was saying that, being responsible on the internet means you protect your friends and other people on the internet. Your contacts, make sure you're secure, because you don't want your contacts getting
Okay.
access to you.
I think we got Rhonda. Turn your. Can you mute? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you being responsible, careful, safe, and you're protecting everybody else while you protect yourself.
Yes.
Don't just think about yourself. Think about other people who go to the internet. No, you don't want. I wouldn't want people gaining access to all of my contacts. And you don't never know which one would prove to be fruitful for the hacker. So the more careful you are, the more safe you are, and the more preventable you are, the better it is for everybody that comes into contact with you.
And especially, people who, because unfortunately all the business now is online. And even if we don't like it, we have to work online, on Facebook, on Instagram. But so you got to be more and more aware of what's going on, because you can't say, oh, I'm not going to use Facebook because, I'll be hacked. You can't do that. They could hack you even if you're not on Facebook. So you have to be aware and use a lot of common sense, because, like, it's just important that you check everything, because they might come up with something new this holiday season that we've not seen before. So just be aware. The other thing is also, prayer messages or some great quotations, and you want to share it because it's such a great image or a photo. Be careful with that too, because you could be sharing a virus without even realizing it. So be careful what you post, what you share. always look at who the source is and where you're sharing something from, because the source will tell you whether that's fake or that's real. So we definitely, and I'm horrified to hear that Elon Musk is releasing the new Twitter, which is going to have damaging and notorious messaging, which will upset people. So I'm horrified to think that he would even launch something like this. But he's going to be launching it, and people will be using it. So there's a lot of that going on as well. Any other questions, Elton?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
What do you mean by keep your emails clean?
So, like Reginald said, I do this with my Google now. I just learned something. I don't know if my email is open. Okay, let me see if I can give you an example. I'm going to show you a quick video of a service that I use. You don't have to buy it, but I'm just sharing it. If you want to buy it, let me know. I'll set you up for a presentation, but this is a service that I use.
Are you worrying about a legal problem like a consumer issue, medical bill, real estate transaction, landlord-renter dispute, traffic ticket, or estate planning? Or is the loss of your privacy, data, and potential identity theft concerning? With major data breaches exposing more and more personal and private data, you may have already dealt with email and social media hacks, stolen credit cards, and other violations. Legal issues and privacy concerns are a part of life, but that doesn't make handling them any less confusing, frustrating, devastating, or even crushing. And lawyers are expensive. There's a better way. Legal Shield gives you advice and counsel from reputable lawyers near you. Our caring and dedicated law firms can help you with a wide range of legal matters, all for less than $1 a day. Protecting and empowering you with a law firm in the palm of your hand, the Legal Shield mobile app can help you begin preparing your will, take pictures of traffic tickets, and securely submit it directly to your law firm, and speak to a lawyer with just the press of a button. You can also upload a contract or a document